everyone, welcome to Online Piano Learning. I'm Sarah, and if you're new to this channel, I'm a pianist and piano teacher. My channel is all about learning piano and all the musicianship skills that you need in order to become a good pianist, but most importantly, a good musician. If you're interested in improving your piano skills and getting a well-rounded music education, feel free to subscribe because I have lots of new piano-related content coming soon. Last week, I did a rhythm video where I discussed all the different types of notes and rests that you need to know to understand rhythm in simple time. Next week, we will start to discuss compound time signatures such as 6/8 and 6/4. Before we do that, I want to make sure you're really confident in reading rhythm in simple time. So today, we're going to do a little rhythm training session. So remember, the type of notes that we learned last time were whole notes, whole rests, half notes, half rests, quarter notes, quarter rests, eighth notes, eighth rests, 16th notes, 16th rests, and some dotted notes. Today we have 5 rounds of rhythm training. The first one will be rhythms with quarter notes. The second one will be rhythms with eighth notes. The third round will be rhythms with 16th notes. In round 4, we're going to take a look at a rhythm in a piano score. And then in round 5, I'm going to be clapping a rhythm, and I want you to write it down in the comments. So make sure to stay to the end of the video so you can test your ears as well. Let's get started with round 1. So here is the first rhythm. The first thing that you're going to do is to figure out what the time signature is. The time signature here is 4/4, and the top number tells us how many beats in a bar. So we know that we're going to count up to 4 in each bar, and then after the bar line, we're going to start back at 1. The next thing you're going to do is to figure out if you're going to subdivide. Again, because this round is all about quarter notes, we don't have anything that is shorter than a quarter note, so we do not need to subdivide and say 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, we're just going to say 1, 2, 3, 4. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to count 1 full bar before you start. You're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you start clapping. Go ahead and pause the video to try it on your own, and then unpause it when you're ready to hear the answer. Here's how we clap this rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, let's pretend that you weren't so sure about the rhythm that time and you need a little bit more help. I would write down the counting under the notes. So I'm going to insert it right here so you can see how the numbers are going to help me when I repeat this rhythm, okay? This time I'm going to watch the numbers and make sure they're aligned with the notes I'm clapping. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here is the next rhythm, so pause it here if you're ready to give it a try. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. Now on to the next round. We're going to add eighth notes. So again, we're going to go in order and figure out what our time signature is first. And this time it's 3/4, so we know we're going to count up to 3 in every bar, and then we're going to start back at 1. The second thing you're going to do is figure out if you're subdividing. Now because here we do have eighth notes, so we are going to subdivide, and we're going to count 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and, to make sure that all the eighth notes are aligned with the notes in the rhythm. Again, pause here if you would like to give it a try, and then we're going to do it together. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. One more time. This time I'm going to write down the counting so you see how I'm going to line up the ands exactly underneath those eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. Here is one more example with eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. Now let's write down the rhythm. You see how that time we had to watch out for a couple rests that were actually on beat 2 and 3 in that second bar, and that can be a little bit tricky. So make sure that you line up your counting underneath the notes, and then you can pause it and try it again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. Now let's go to the next round. Round 3 is going to be with 16th notes. So let's get ready to subdivide even further. We are in 4/4, so we have 4 beats in a bar, and we have 16th notes, which means we can't just count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. We want to make sure we line up the 16th notes equally within each beat. So let's count 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. Again, here is the rhythm, so pause here and give it a try, and in a moment I'm going to join you. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. So you see how that one has a lot of 16ths, so you want to make sure you line it up. And we do have a longer note value in the second bar. If we're not careful, those longer values can be cut too early if we don't make sure that we subdivide and give it its full length. Let's write down the counting so that we can keep track of all those subdivisions. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. And here's the last rhythm in this round, so pause it and give it a try, and I'm going to join you in just a second. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. Okay, so let's write down the counting and try it again. Ready? 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. That's all for this one, and the next one that we're going to do is actually in a piece of music. This one is going to be similar to my video about how to put the hands together, where I mentioned tapping the hands without the notes so you can get the rhythm coordinated between the hands, because that's really a tricky part, because sometimes one hand is easy on its own, but combining the rhythms is tricky. So here's that video in case you missed it. But today we're going to look at a Mozart Sonata in C major. We're just going to take a look at the first few bars, and we are going to tap the rhythm. Take a look at the music and see how we're going to subdivide. As you can see at the beginning of this piece, you do have a few 16th notes in the right hand, and that can be tricky to line up. So let's count slowly and count subdividing for 16th notes. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. As you can see there, that is the rhythm, hands together, in the sonata. The following part, as you can see, has a lot of 16th notes, so if you start that too fast because you see it's just 8th notes, once you get to the 16th notes in the music, you're gonna be really rushed. So make sure that you look ahead and you plan for the rhythm, the tempo, and how you're going to count all the way through to make sure that you have steady rhythm throughout the piece. Now, finally, to close off this video, I'm going to clap you a 2-bar rhythm in 4/4 time. And I want you to write in the comments what you think the rhythm is. Whoever gets it right first, I'm going to give you a big shout out in the next video. So be sure to write your answers down there. I want to see if you're able to get this rhythm. So 4/4 time, I'm going to count to 4. And then I'm going to clap the rhythm for you. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. Let me know if you know what that rhythm looks like on paper. You just write it down, just write down quarter, quarter, eighth, whatever is easiest to type. And I look forward to seeing if you got it right. Anyways, that's it for today's rhythm practice. So remember to work on getting a steady tempo, subdividing when you need to, and don't feel rushed, because if you rush through the rhythm, your audience is not going to enjoy the music as much. So be patient, keep practicing, and make sure that you like this video and subscribe if you like this kind of content. I'll see you next time.